Here we go back again with another match day preview. There's Sunderland, 7th Premier League game of the season. Unbelievable. So far so good. One defeat against Burnley, beaten Nottingham Forest last time out. Now we move on to the Red Devils, Manchester United, down at Old Trafford, which holds over 74,000 fans. Unbelievable. 1878 was when Manchester United was founded 147 years ago, and Old Trafford is where they play the games of football, as I said, about 5 times already. 1910 is when Old Trafford opened. It's an old stadium. Archibald Leach was the designer of the stadium. He's a Scottish guy born in Glasgow, and we all know it as the Theatre of Dreams. Alex Ferguson, the top head coach over the years there, of course. 1986 all the way to 2013. Remember Fergie time. Got the treble back in about 1999. I think the first head coach and team to do the treble. FA Cup, Champions League and Premier League. But they've fallen from grace over recent years and under pressure. Yes, under pressure, Ruben Amorim is the head coach now. He's 40 years of age, the Portuguese head coach. He's only managed in Portugal, successful of course with Sporting Lisbon, I can't think what it's called now, but the old Sporting Lisbon, so very successful there. He had a lot of games over there in charge, and he had a very good win ratio, winning cups and all sorts. Coming to Manchester, so far 49 games in charge, won 18, drawn 12 and lost 19, and like I say, is under pressure at this moment in time. Manchester United are down in 14th position, one position higher than where they finished last season. It's Amorim's first season in charge. Plenty of good players in there, of course. They've got like Amad Diallo, who loves Sunderland, the 23-year-old. I'm not sure if he's starting on Saturday. I'm not sure if he's fit. And also they've got Bruno Fernandes, 31 years of age now, played over 201 games. For Manchester United, scoring 64 goals since 2020, and scoring 30-odd goals in 80-odd games for the club. Sunderland so far, won 3, drawn 2, lost 1. Brilliant start to the season. 11 points, the best ever start by any team being promoted to the Premier League. Playing the 4-3-3 style of football. Last season we played the 4-2-3-1. We've adjusted it this season. Last season we had that sort of wing backs, the left back and the right back would go in front down to the touchline. This season, we're kind of playing more with the 4-3-3, where it was Diarra on the right, kind of hugging the touchline with Talby and Hume, and on the left you got Siddiqui, who did a lot of work on the left hand side, along with Reinildo, and of course Edinger and Lafayette. But now Chris Riggs in, because of course Reinildo is serving his second game of his 3-match ban. So Chris Rigg plays a lot on the right as well. And that leaves the general himself, Granit Xhaka, in the middle, pulling the strings, moving the passing around, whether it's long passes, whether it's short ones. And he does do like the sort of the triangle or even like sort of the rectangular type shape with 2 of the players. So it's absolutely fantastic signing. Granit Xhaka just recently turned 32. He has still got plenty of miles left under the bonnet. Playing brilliant. Man of the match a couple of occasions, a couple of assists already. One for Isidore against Aston Villa to win the game, and also the assist for Alderweireld, of course. Mine went blank there. Alderweireld on the left hand side, ghosting in behind the defence, lovely ball in, heads the ball past the keeper. So he's the perfect player for Sunderland, and we are playing good football. I remember, what was that one? I remember watching Manchester United playing the European Cup final when the baby-faced assassin came on. Is he the one that came on and scored 2 goals later on? Against Bayern Munich, was it? I think it was. Like I said, full from grace now. So far this season, they've won 2, drawn 1, lost 3. And they've got a -1 goal difference. We've got a +3 goal difference. If there was ever a time, I know we did well in the cup, a few years ago when we made it I think it was the cup final against Man City that time. We did beat Manchester United. I think was it on penalties? I can't quite remember. Yeah, but since other than that, I think we've only beaten them. What is it? I can't remember the last time we beat Manchester United. I'm trying to think. Now it's lost. It's gone. Anyway, this season they lost to Brentford 3-1 away. Away. They beat Chelsea 2-1 at home, but they did go down to 10 men. Went 2 up. Then Chelsea went down to 10 men. No, sorry. Chelsea went down to 10 men. They went 2 up. And then Man U went out to 10 men. They did get beat off Man City 3-0. So they got beat up Brentford. That was probably the worst result so far. They beat Chelsea, good result. They lost to Manchester City, which a lot of teams do. They beat Burnley 3-2. So just say it beat Burnley, I think, in injury time. Dying moments of the game. They drew with Fulham away. And they lost to Arsenal. So the Fulham game, tough game away from home. Brentford's probably the worst result of the season so far, last game out. And they've had some difficult games. So they could be in a false position. And now, I'm not taking anything granted with this team because Manchester United have got some class players, as we well know. And they could turn the style on at any time. But we are playing some fantastic defensive football at this moment in time. We've had the fewest, I think, shots on target. One of the fewest ones in the league, but we have got one of the best keepers in the league and the best defences in Alderete and Michele. 2 fantastic defenders. We brought in these big, strapping, physical players that can do physical duels and really work well in defence. And Hume has improved, like I said before. He's come on leaps and bounds. You know, let's face it, Trey Hume from League One. Remember the Bolton game? The Bolton game we lost 6-0. Trey Hume was on the bench that day. Look where he's come. Look how much he's progressed. Look at the application, the dedication and the work rate he's put in. He deserves everything that comes his way. Trey Hume, fantastic player. From not even making it in League One up to the Premier League footballer. Now Gertrude, he's the one that's going to be pushing Trey Hume for a position. Now Gertrude did play well when he came on against Nottingham Forest. Looked really good. And he's going to be pushing for a start very shortly when he gets fit. Now, does that mean that Trey Hume will go over and start at left back against Manchester United and Gertrude comes in at right back? Possibilities? Or does Mazuaku, come in, stay and keep left back? What would you do? Would you make any changes from the game against Nottingham Forest? Or would you make a change, possibly put Gertrude on the right and Hume on the left? Because Hume went over to the left anyway when, obviously, Mazuaku came off, get a yellow card. Sadiki, absolutely awesome there as well. So we're playing really good football. You know, Amad Diallo, I hope he's fitting well, but I hope he doesn't play against Sunderland. You know, he scored something like 13 goals in 37 games for Sunderland. He scored 9 in 43 for Manchester United. Stuart Atwell is the referee at the weekend. And last season, the bottom 3 teams finished with 12, 22 and 25 points, Leicester then 38, Spurs. And we almost 1 point away from being the same amount of points as what Southampton finished last season. That's how good this football's been. Man U have fell from grace. They were unbeatable at times under, obviously, Alex Ferguson. They've had, like the David Moyes like us. They've had a few other players. Ten Hag, I think. I mean, Manchester United have suffered a loss of 63 million under Amorim. Now, the markets have plummeted. They've plummeted. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I think it's going to be a tough game, but I could see us getting a result. I really can see us getting a result in this match. I would love it. You know, let me know your thoughts down below. It is a tough ask, but with that Xhaka and the strong defence, and we're not creating very many chances, but we seem to be scoring the goals. We had a good game. I mean, you can't underestimate that performance against Crystal Palace. Look at Liverpool have gone to Selhurst Park and lost since then. So, is there a thing about playing teams at the right time? We played Villa. Down to 10 men, played really well. Probably could have beaten them on any given Sunday, 11 versus 11, in the way they've been playing football. But since then, they've improved, haven't they? They've beat Fulham last time out. I think they won in the Cup. So they've improved. Manchester United, like I said, mixed bag of results, not performing well. We can get a result against Manchester. Imagine, I'll be living in dreamland. I'm not gonna get carried away and think, yes, we're going to beat Manchester United the weekend. We really should beat Manchester United the weekend. Because I'm not like, I don't want to get carried away and be all boasting and bragging, this, that, and the other. But I'm a little bit confident. At the same time, I know anything can happen in any given Sunday, any game. I'm going to go for another sneaky 1-0 Sunderland win. But it wouldn't surprise me, mind, if we pull some sort of massive shock off. We go 1-up and then Man U trying to batter the back doors and then we go and score 2 or 3. That would be amazing. But just to win the game, just look at a draw against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Would you take that now? A point, 12 points in the bag. It's a good result, isn't it? Let's face it. As long as we don't lose. But imagine getting 3 points and then having 14 points and being in the top 3. I suppose Spurs will be playing and Arsenal will be playing. I don't know. I think Arsenal got West Ham at home, and who have Spurs have got? I'm not sure who Spurs playing now. But I just want to win. I just would love it to win this game of football against Manchester United. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. Can we actually go to Old Trafford and win? And what's your score prediction? I'm going to go for a 1-0 Sunderland win. Goal scorer. Oh, who's going to score? Who's going to score? Who's going to score? I would love to see Granit Xhaka score a free kick at Old Trafford. That would be absolutely amazing. It would be. Isidore to score another goal. That would be fantastic. Alderweireld to get another goal. Alderweireld, he's so cool, isn't he? Let's face it. He looks... It just doesn't look as if he sort of breaks sweat. He just has this air about him of controlling the ball, knowing where his colleagues are, and he seems to dummy players and then gets round them. I just think he's absolutely amazing. You know, the Paraguayan international played exactly the same style of football at Getafe that he's doing now with Regis Labrie. How far can we go in the Premier League? It is, you've got to pinch yourself, haven't you? How we've done so far, but it is early days. Like I said, you know, it's early days, long way to go. One injury already, Habib Diarra, touch wood, no more. Chris Rigg, done well since he's come in. You're going to have like the fiery Portuguese. Well, there's 2 Portuguese players, isn't it? Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo's Portuguese as well, isn't he? He's Portuguese the same as Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, so they're the two. They're obviously the 2 danger men. 100% they're the 2 danger men. When was the last time we beat Manchester United away from home, apart from the Cup? Ooh, so let me know down. Send us a postcard. Anyway, there we go. I've waffled on enough. Let me know your score predictions. Leave a goal scorer. Be much appreciated. I will be doing a live stream on Saturday, of course. Live stream when there's a storm on. Let's hope the storm doesn't ruin the game. If it doesn't get too far down to Manchester, because I'll also be in Scotland and towards the northeast and northwest. Take care. God bless me. God go with you. Thanks for watching. And also, yes, I will be going, of course, another game. I've been invited to go to the Sunderland ladies at the weekend. Sunderland ladies versus Charlton ladies. To do a vlog. So I'm going to do a bit of a vlog in that game. I'm going to go, and I think it's the East Stand. There's a fan zone, and it's the first time you're allowed to go and watch the game of football while having a beer. 2 o'clock Sunday. Get yourself along. It's about £10, I think, to buy a ticket to go and support the Sunderland ladies, Sunderland women. I think we're 3rd in the league at the moment in division, in the 2nd tier of English ladies football. So it'll be amazing. It'll be a good day out. Hopefully the weather's nice, and yeah, we can see Sunderland ladies beat Charlton on Sunday. Get yourself along. Get yourself on the vlog. Take care, everybody. See you later. Thanks for watching. Adios.